comfortable. My friends and I were just gathering around the table and reminiscing about old times. Oh, but who am I, you ask? Well, you have arrived on a rather lucky night for you, because you get to meet me, the one and only world-famous poet, painter, scribe, actor, raconteur, lover, and artiste extraordinaire, Volo-Sam Gedam at your service. Well, I did not expect that. Oh, but where are my manners? Who are these people, you wonder? Well, of course, they need no introduction, because you know them. Let's have a round of applause for the heroes of legend! I know what we can do. We can play a game, since I am sure that all of you have read my many voluminous works of literature in which I chronicle the exploits of our heroes. You know all about them, and I will ask you questions like trivia questions. A trivia night in a bar. That might catch on. I will ask you questions about them, and you shout out the answer. And I'll tell you what, if you answer all the questions correctly, I will reward you with a surprise. When I ask the questions, you just shout out your answers on the count of 3. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yeah. I will count to 3, and then you shout out your answer. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3!
Yeah.
My goodness, you are. All right, then. This here, of course, is Amrin Adnelis, the clever rogue. Now, you know that rogues have many marvelous skills that they use to get themselves out of trouble. Skills like picking locks, or escaping through small spaces, or sometimes brutal honesty. But what skill has Amrin mastered above all others that she uses to get herself out of danger? 1, 2, 3!
Assassination!
What was that?
Assassination!
Yes! The clever skill of assassination! Well, hello, welcome! It's lovely to have you here. My name is Volo-Sam. Oh, that's all right. Since we have 2 new guests, I'll start over. Amrin Adnelis uses the skill of assassination. You're doing quite well. All right, this is Alaris Gozier, the learned wizard. Now you know, of course, that wizards learn their magic by studying for many, many years through various schools of magic. Like, for example, it might be the school of transformation, where one thing turns into another. Or the school of illusion, where they make you see something that's not there. But what school of magic did Alaris study from more than any other? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! What was that?
Necromancy.
Yes, that's right! For those in the audience here that are not as smart as me, what is necromancy?
It's raising people.
It's raising people from the dead! Which is why these two get on so well. Here we have Ovis Brius, the wise monk. Now you know, of course, that monks spend their life learning a martial art. For example, the way of the fist, or the way of the drunken master, or maybe the way of the stork. But what school of martial arts did Ovis study more than all those others? 1, 2, 3!
Sumo!
Yes! The martial art of ballet! And finally, we have Lysanther Cacus, the noble paladin. Now, a paladin, of course, is a holy warrior who has taken an oath. Maybe something like to always protect the innocent, to never speak out loud, to always lock the door before going to bed. But no such simple oath for our brave paladin. No. What oath did Lysanther take? 1, 2, 3! What did you say? You didn't say anything! Well, don't I look foolish now? What did you say? Always do push-ups before fighting! Lysanther! Remind our new friends of their correct answers. Here we have Amrin Adnelis, the rogue.
And my skill is assassination.
Assassination, yes, that's right. Here we have Alaris Gozia, the wizard.
Who studies necromancy.
Here we have Ovis Brius, the monk.
Who spent his life at the school of ballet.
That is why, my friends, he is so comfortable here at the bar. And finally, we have Lysanther Cacus, who
always does push-ups before any battle.
Oh, what the heck? Show him again. My friends, you answered all of the questions correct, and therefore I shall reward you with a brand new Volothamp Get Arm story. That was terrible. I say story, you have to be much more impressed. A new Volothamp Get Arm story! It is a tale of epic battles, dangerous missions, magical treasures, a tale of dungeons and dragons. And other such stuff. Now, I must tell you, as heroic as they are, often their exploits came down to sheer luck, and fortune has favored them sometimes and has frowned upon them at other times, in order to bring to you the sense of luck and how it plays in their exploits. From time to time, we will roll this ridiculously large 20-sided die in order to see how they fare and what happens as a result. More about that later. Barkeep, won't you please provide all of our new friends with a drink? On that guy who didn't say anything before. And now, our tale begins in a swamp.
I feel like they just enjoy doing this.
I agree.
Do you know where the cup of fate is?
We need a rest.
Let us take a respite here.
This ground is dry. I think I can start a fire.
I will gather wood.
How long have you and I been working together?
At least 22, 23 years.
Those early years, though.
Those are fun.
We didn't really know what we were doing.
No, we didn't.
Do you remember that one time I brought back that dwarf? And he lived for just about 2 more seconds, and then he fell off the cliff. Only he pulled me with him. And then he died mid-flight again. But he cushioned my fall rather well.
The fire is stoked well. Please, come warm yourselves.
And then we picked up these two.
Aye. A bond and a friendship that I only dreamed of, actually, ever since my family and I, well, you know the rest.
Tell us once more.
I was a mere boy, no more than the age of 6, when they came at night. We were sleeping soundly. Wind was rustling rather heavily, so we did not hear their footsteps outside of our hut. And without warning, they barged in, slit my family's throat, and had taken me and my younger sister away to become workers and slaves for many years. But I escaped only 2 years after, having to forge for myself what I could, become a street urchin. I stumbled upon the noble cause of the House Paladin.
And your oath? That's when you took it?
Yes, the oath of strength, the oath of our own flesh and blood, to show our strength, not only of body, but of mind and spirit before each battle. That is why the ups of push are taken quite seriously. And I could do any of them, from 1 to 20 numbers.
At that point, he proved what he was saying, that he could do 1 push-up, 2, all the way up to 20. But how many push-ups did he do? Sir, why don't you throw the die onto the floor? 19 push-ups!
Show us your oath. I know we are not headed into battle right now, but
I will only do 19, for I do not wish to cause jealousy or arousal. Count loudly and boldly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, more!
Yes, they do.
My friend!
Adoring crowds now.
With all of the attention on those completely unnecessary push-ups, our band of heroes did not notice the creature rising again.
and you, with the ballet. I remember the first time I saw you at the Philharmonic in Waterdeep Harbor.
Yes, my days at the Waterdeep Harbor Philharmonic were some of my favorites.
As the creature approached them, did they notice the creature or not? If you roll over a 7, they notice the creature. If you roll under a 7, they do not.